Today, United were at Ipswich, a team who've done so well since promotion and who drew at Old Trafford, helped by this goal.
5 goals this season. You expect so much of him. He is the youngest player on the field when all's said and done. But he would look to increase his goal output if he could. Get chipped there ahead of Palestine. Took a little bit too much on then. Hughes, first touch of Hughes.
The first all-seater FA Cup final and the first football match in this country to attract total receipts of over £2 million. That's the size of the occasion, and that's what today's 80,000 capacity crowd have paid to watch the 109th final and the 62nd at Wembley. And they're enjoying their day already, aren't they? The stadium itself still being improved. New seating has of course been installed since last year. There are still seats being inserted even now as Wembley bids to be competitive in the next century, because news this week that the Football Association are looking into the possibility of a new stadium in the Midlands. But I'm assured by Graham Kelly that that's not a bid to replace Wembley, merely to offer an alternative. And it looks as though the Cup final will stay in what's been its spiritual home since 1923. The magnetism of the FA Cup encapsulated not just in the day itself, when these fans can enjoy themselves at the end of the road to Wembley, but in the deeds and the daring of all those who played a part along the way. Manchester United, a season of turmoil, of boardroom politics, but like the Phoenix, they always seem to rise again, don't they? Their 11th FA Cup final, bidding to equal Aston Villa and Tottenham with 7 wins overall. 27,000 Manchester United fans here. That's 1,000 more than originally expected, because clubs like Everton, Liverpool and Oldham actually donated tickets or passed them on to Manchester United, a club with an average attendance this season, the best in the country, of 39,000. But that only represents a fraction of the following worldwide for this famous club. There's their manager Alex Ferguson, describing this as the biggest day of his life. And Steve Coppell, at 34, the youngest ever manager of an FA Cup final team. And what a moment it is for these Palace lads and their fans. The first time the club has been in the FA Cup final, and they're bound to get an appropriate reception. Crystal Palace, very much the underdogs, but as we've been saying since we came on the air, this is all on the day, and who knows what to expect. 1 or 2 United players a bit late out there, but now they're into the fresh air of Wembley, and just listen to this. Crystal Palace, who's played in all the divisions of the Football League. This is their finest hour, really, in the public eye. Only 14,000 of their supporters actually got tickets, but both of these clubs have quite a following in other countries as well, and a nice moment is Steve Coppell, a former Manchester United Cup finalist on 3 occasions, talks to his opposite number. They're great friends away from the tension of this occasion, the two managers. And as they stride across this quite perfect surface, the team's already entering into the mood of the day. It's buoyant, it's optimistic, it's good-natured, and we all hope it stays that way. And the newcomers, Crystal Palace, have selected the side that played Liverpool in the semi-final. Now, despite the morning speculation, I have a feeling that it was always doubtful that Ian Wright would start the game. He is a substitute, and Steve Coppell's main decision really this morning was who should be the second sub. As I said in the introductions, David Madden got the vote, and there were a few tears at the hotel this morning from one or two of those who didn't make it. The unlucky players, Eddie McGoldrick, Rudy Hedman, Jeff Hopkins, but that's the team that beat Liverpool 4-3, and certainly it's the formation which Palace know exactly can do a job for them, with possibly Andy Gray at number 4, the man to watch on the set plays, and Mark Bright, the main striker, at number 9. As for Manchester United, well, Alex Ferguson had one or two thoughts, but the semi-final replay team against Oldham won his nod of approval, with Danny Wallace selected ahead of Mark Robins, who's one of the substitutes. And Alex Ferguson also slept on the selection of his second sub. Clayton Blackmore just edged out Mal Donaghy. But Michael Phelan at number 5 will play right back. And Hughes will be very much alone up front in theory, but in practice Webb number 8 and the other midfield players will be expected to give him support. And I suppose, Trevor, if there is a player with a point to prove over and beyond the actual final, it's Neil Webb, who's trying to get his match sharpness back in time for the World Cup.
Well, I think he did exceptionally well in the semi-finals, but he was getting back to fitness, and the Achilles tendon is one of those injuries, you know, you get that initial confidence, and it just seems to be a levelling out then in the last few performances. And I think now what Bobby Robson is looking for is just that extra yard of sharpness, a little bit of sort of quickening up, I think, because the acceleration is very important when you make that switch from club football to sort of international level.
Well, in the centre circle, the two captains present a nice little opposite here, because Brian Robson on the right is bidding to become the first captain to receive the FA Cup 3 times at Wembley, and Jeff Thomas on the left started life as a part-time player with Rochdale when he was working as an electrician. He supported Manchester City, and he used to catch the team coach in his overalls in those days. What a change for him here today as captain of an FA Cup final team. The referee is Alan Gunn from South Chailey in Sussex, and his claim to fame, apart from his achievements in the middle, is that he went to grammar school with Desmond Lynam in Brighton. His two linesmen, we have Colin Reeve from Norfolk and Larry Watson from Coventry. In fact, Larry Watson on the Royal Box side, Colin Reeve on our side. And I just wonder what part Andy Gray might play today, because if anybody made Liverpool come unstuck with his corners and his free kicks, it was Andy Gray. And in a very private training session yesterday afternoon, Palace worked on those with some industry. And so the first FA Cup final of the 1990s is about to get underway. Crystal Palace won the vote, or the toss I should say, for choice of colours, and they're wearing their familiar red and blue vertical stripes. A very nice strip it is too. Manchester United in all white, which their non-serving supporters will remind me they used in the finals of 1957, and although I don't think any of us go back that far, 1909 when they first won the Cup. So Palace start the game.